Yo, what is good, everybody? My name is Coach King, and today I'm back and better than ever. Today I'm starting a new series on my channel called Hot Takes, where I basically say stuff that people are going to disagree with. And for the first time, I did go to Cedar Point about a month ago in late August, and I definitely have a lot to say about that park. I didn't get to say anything about it because, uh, college, but yeah, I'm back, and I'm going to be giving some of my opinions on Cedar Point in the near future. So today, I'm talking about why I think that Maverick is the superior roller coaster to Steel Vengeance. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So coming into this trip, I had this top five. I had Sky Rush number one, El Toro number two, very close to number one though. Three, Iron Rattler, four, Wicked Cyclone, and five was kind of a toss-up between Wonder Woman at Golden Lasso Coaster and Griffin at Busch Gardens Williamsburg. So that was my top five coming in. I did expect, of course, that to get totally changed, of course, at Cedar Point, just because, of the high reputation that all the rides have. So here we go. So coming in the first day of the park, I did a whole bunch of rides, and at the end of the night, I got to go on to Steel Vengeance, of course, and had high hopes for it. I did not get to go on Maverick that day, so Steel Vengeance were the first out of the two I went on. First impressions of the ride. This ride I thought was awesome, had a lot of great airtime, and the thing that really sticks out about the ride is the length of it. It's almost like it's too long. It's just constantly going and going. You constantly get airtime, and really it gets better in the second half of the ride. The airtime pops at the end of the ride, as we're going to see a little bit in the POV here. Just get really great, and that's what really made the ride stick out to me. The question I had when I got off this ride was it different enough to be a top my number one? Was it better than El Toro or Sky Rush? I knew it was better than Iron Rattler, knew it was better than Wicked Cyclone, so I knew it was in the top three range. I just didn't know if it beat El Toro and Sky Rush for me. And the reason I say that is because I know a lot of people are going to disagree with that statement. Of course, especially the Sky Rush one, because that's a hot take. Maybe that's for another video. But the thing I didn't like about it was that maybe it wasn't as unique as it could have been. How much different is this ride than Wicked Cyclone or Iron Rattler? Right, those are the two that I liked. Those were my top five. So that's what I kind of asked myself: how much different was it than that? And I wanted to be a little more unique to possibly be number one, but still, I wanted more rides on it. And after first impression, it was really awesome. Great long ride, lots of great pops of airtime. Just that classic RMC airtime. I mean, you watch this POV, I can talk all day because it's just such a long ride, and really that's what makes it better than Iron Rattler and Wicked Cyclone. Now the question is, do the elements get repetitive? I mean, I could say that. I would think so right here. I mean, just airtime hill after airtime hill after airtime hill. That bank turn is really cool, but the elements kind of get a little similar, and they're overall very similar to just general RNCs, and that's some of the negatives I had about that ride. And now I guess I'll talk a little bit about Maverick and kind of how I compare the two. So now leading into day two, I go on Maverick. First things first, and that's my first ride of the day. I get front row on this ride, and my hype is just through the roof. This launch was great. It was a cool element, but it was very similar to like Sky Rush. If you guys have been in that, so it wasn't that amazing, and you slow down at that top there, but still this drop was absolutely insane. You get a lot of great ejector airtime, and these turns just came to complete surprise to me. I love that lateral forces. That's something I really liked in the ride, and you get consistent airtime, and it's a good mix of low to ground movements and pops of airtime, and that's what I'm sure every enthusiast ever will say about this ride. So I'm not making any hot takes in that. That's just something I really liked about the ride. The consistency to stay into the ground as well as the lateral and airtime forces. I felt like was something unique, and that's kind of why what I'm going to talk about in a little bit. But the uniqueness of this ride, it slows down here and has a launch. Like no other ride really does something like that and consistently can be like this. Name your ride like this. You can't do it, and that's kind of why. I liked it so much. I loved it. I thought it was immediately. I knew it was going to be my number one or two. Very close to Sky Rush for me. I love lateral forces, so Sky Rush and Maverick both do that very well. But just coming off this ride, I was absolutely so surprised. Thought this was one of the best rides in the world, if not the best in the world, and I just absolutely fell in love with it. And then I raised the question that we're talking about today: is it better than Steel Vengeance? And I think the answer is Maverick. So for me, it comes out to four main reasons, and the main one is really the overarching thing I keep talking about here is the uniqueness of the ride. If you want to go on Steel Vengeance, how similar of a ride can you get on Wicked Cyclone? In my opinion, you can get a relatively similar ride on a ride like Wicked Cyclone, Iron Rattler, Hakuge. I don't know what the hell how you pronounce it, but whatever. You can get relatively similar rides on those rides if you want to, replace Steel Vengeance. So although it is longer than them, it is taller than them, it's relatively similar in what it does. The elements it has, the airtime it gives. Maverick, on the other hand, what's like it? What is like Maverick? What gives you the mix of lateral forces, ejector, airtime, back-to-back movements, the launch in between, in halfway through the ride? Nothing can give you that exact experience, and that's kind of why I liked it a little more than Steel Vengeance. Secondly, the airtime on it. I mean, it's one of the best airtime rides in the world. I think I have it right up there with El Toro for me. Just awesome airtime throughout the ride. It is a good length, but obviously that's not why it's better than Steel Vengeance, because Steel Vengeance is longer. The laterals, something I'm a huge fan of is laterals. So that's kind of why Skyrush is my number two. You go on that ride and you just think, wow, you're getting thrown to the side, thrown up, thrown down, and that's what I liked a lot about that. Maverick had more than Steel Vengeance had, and that's why I have it there. That just comes down to personal preference. I liked it a lot in rides. And lastly, if you ever watch any video, I don't care about theming at all. But I think one thing that does have to be said would be that, Steel Vengeance is kind of in the middle of a dirt patch. Is it not? But Maverick, on the other hand, it kind of interacts with the walls and stuff, so you get some cool near miss elements. That's pretty cool. You feel like you're going in between rocks and stuff. Once again, I don't really care, right? I'm not the biggest fan of that, but that's just something that has to be said, because I'm sure a lot of people do care out there. So yeah, that's why I think Maverick is better. And yeah. So for my new top 5, if you guys are wondering what it's going to be, it's going to be Maverick at number 1, very close to Skyrush at number 2. I kind of want to get more rides on both, just to kind of get an idea of where each one would rank. I think it's very close between those two. Then the next tier is kind of going to be Steel Vengeance and El Toro. I think I put Steel Vengeance at number 3, El Toro number 4. That can easily change. Only got 3 rides in Steel Vengeance. Do want to get some more in that. And lastly, number 5 is Iron Rattler, which is just an awesome RMC. So that's my new top 5. If you guys are interested in a top 30, let me know in the comment section. I could definitely make one of those videos, and I think that would be something people would be interested in overall. But other than that, see you guys next time. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think about Maverick versus Steel Vengeance, if you guys have been on them. I know this is the new type of video for me, so let me know. And yeah, see you guys next time.